Mo, start. She's been a naughty girl. It's Lucy! As some of you may already be aware, I also own a machinery dealership called Hayes Machinery, where we sell robotic lawnmowers, and we specialise in the Husqvarna brand. And about 12 months ago, I was scrolling through our Instagram, and an advert came up advertising a brand new robotic lawnmower concept, where they were looking for their first round of funding. It was called LUBA by Mammotion, so it took a massive interest in it. And here we are, 12 months later, and I have a LUBA. So we are going to get this machine installed into our garden and see what it's all about and see if it's as good as what is already on the market.
Tested by Machinery Nation.
But firstly, let's check out what's in the box. She looks like a race car. So first impressions are good because it's got some weight to it. And anything with some weight to it, surely, is going to be good, isn't it? Anything too light just feels like there's not a lot going on with it. But if I turn her up, this thing I was surprised about and I didn't realise, is it's actually twin bladed on the bottom. So you've got 4 sort of razor cut blades, as you do get on most robotic lawnmowers, on each side. But it's got 2 blade systems, a bit like a ride-on lawnmower with 2 blades each side. Whereas most other robotic lawnmowers just got 1 big blade disc in the middle. So because this cuts sequentially, so it goes up and down like lines, it's going to be leaving a lot better finish. It's got suspension on the front wheels. How cool is that? But the main thing about this mower compared to most others on the market is that it works on an RTK system. So it doesn't need a boundary wire going around the outside of the garden. Now you program it to be able to learn its perimeters, and then you set it going and it knows where it's got to go, instead of having the wire going around the outside. Yes, there are lots of other brands who are now introducing that technology, and I personally haven't installed an RTK one myself. Our specialist at work has, but this will be the first one I've done, so I'm well excited about doing it. So the way the RTK system works is that it talks to the satellite. It's a bit like GPS, a bit like the satellite navigation in your car. And then that comes down to this unit, which we'll install in the garden. And then from the unit, it then talks to the machine. So I'm not sure exactly where it's got to go or how it's got to go. I think it might be a bit of trial and error, but that is exactly how it works. Something else I've just noticed, it's actually got aluminium housing on the axles, which at the end of the day is a lot stronger. It's not just all plastic. And everything just seems really strong, including the wheels. They're really robust, they're strong, and I'm just very impressed with the whole build quality. So I've cited Lucy LUBA. Oh, that's right, yes, we have called her Lucy, because every robotic mower's got to have a name. It's part of the family. So we've cited her here, nice and easy. We put the RTK receiver up here on the pole. You can mount it on a house if you haven't got clear line of sight, but across the back garden that I've got here, we should be absolutely fine. If not, we can always move it. I've done sort of the bare minimum that I need to do to get this to start. So now we're going to get her revved up and drive around the outside of the lawn to map the perimeter, and hopefully we can do some cutting. So the setup so far has been extremely simple. I've just followed it through the book and done exactly as said. And now hopefully we should be able to get a drive out of the base station. Let's click next. Here she comes. Look at her come out. Yes, she is. And then she should go back, park herself in again, just to test that the charging station is set up correctly. Oh, she's parked. We're away. Now, I need to be able to drive as close to the boundary as possible all the way around. Some of you know how good my remote control skills are, so let's give it a go. Here we go. The beauty of this is if you go wrong, you can do it again. Or like this singing little area, if I turn this into grass in the future, I could then do exactly the same. So I could just redo the map. So it's taking on a different area. Hey boys. Right, so robotic lawnmower in here. Not in there. We've got to save some for some other videos, haven't we? So this is going to be the boundary. So at least we're able to see the difference between what the grass looks like from a robot to what it doesn't. Right, so we've gone all the way around the garden and landed back on the base station, and it has come up with a green tick on the app. So I presume that means I've done. So as you can see from the map, the area in green is what I've just mapped out. Don't get me wrong, I made some mistakes, and I could probably do it better the second time now I've had a bit of a practice with it, but that's doable, it's easy. So if it doesn't work quite right, I can change it. That's the lovely thing about the RTK system. All right, I may be getting a tad excited because I forgot to put in the no-go zones, which is areas where you don't want the mower to go. For instance, I've got these vegetable beds behind me, the raised beds, that I like to go around. I don't want them just bumping into them all the time. Let's do that first and then we'll click mow. Right, so I've excluded those two veg beds, but I've left this one because theoretically you should just be able to bump up against them and reverse and turn around. So we're going to leave that on for the time being. But again, the nice thing about the system, you can just add and take away things as you please. Right, so it's just come up on my screen that it's going to be 525 metres square it's got to cut, and it's going to take 350 minutes. I've set the cut height to 40 millimetres. I'm now going to press start. Continue. It's doing something, it's changing its height. I can hear it humming. Come on, Lucy, you can do this. I believe in you, Lucy. They're singing a song. I can hear the blade start. It's going round. Oh, it's moving already. Let's just watch it. Let's just watch it mow. I think their 40 mil is lower than my 40 mil. It's leaving quite a lot of grass behind, but it'll get it down. It'll work it out. I'm going to keep going with it. Right, it seems to be picking on the worst error we've got here first, but I think it's sort of starting to think sequentially. It's done one line there and one line back up there. So I think it's now going to come back down that line and then work the garden all the way up through. Is it going to do that? Yeah, I think it is. I think that's exactly what it's doing. Well done, Lucy. You know what you're doing. So today is a new day, and I'll be honest, I've had some teething problems, but nothing I haven't worked out. And to be quite honest, if I'd just spent a little bit longer in the first place mapping out the garden, rather than trying to rush around to get it on camera, I'd have been absolutely fine. So firstly, down here, Lucy has made a little bit of a mess. Yeah, she has. She's been a naughty girl. So after I set Lucy going, to start with, after the first run round, she just came into this area of the lawn and just stayed here. As you can see, she made a mess. It's because I didn't keep an eye on her, came back and I was like, oh, something's wrong. So I deleted that map, remapped it again, set her going last night on sort of a quick mow just to see what she's going to do, and she's done a great job. So with putting Lucy on a fast mow last night, she missed some bits, she didn't do a great job, but she got it down. It made me confident that she's going to be able to do it subject to changing the settings. So today I have now gone around the veg beds and set her going on the lower setting. But I've also played with it, so I changed the angle. So before she's doing it long ways, which I guess that's the sort of pre-programmed option in her to be able to do it the quickest way possible, which would be long ways. But I've changed it now, so I've changed it to 40 degrees. So it's changed the angle, but I've also put in crisscross pattern. So she's going to cut it that way, and then she's going to cut it that way, all automatically, which I think is great. And for any gardener who loves lawn care, we know you should always change the angle that you're mowing. So to be able to do it on this is brilliant. That was one of my sort of concerns, that it was going to always cut it in the same direction and leave the same track marks, which you can avoid, which is brilliant news, because no one likes track marks in their lawn. It doesn't do your lawn any good, it doesn't do the compaction any good, the thatch doesn't like it, and you just end up with a bit of a bumpy, mossy lawn. So love it. Right, let's see how she gets on today. Look everybody, it's Lucy, and she's doing a cracking job. Absolutely amazing. I'm super impressed. She has cut the lawn, as you can see, this way, and now she's cutting the lawn that way, for the crisscross pattern. She's not missing a beat. Yes, she did last night. I was a little bit worried, thinking, how's she going to do all that? But now, she is doing a cracking job. So a little bit of fiddling on the settings has paid dividend. And to be fair, there's a few little bits where I need to, perhaps alter it again. So my best advice is when you first install one, just take your time. Do it really slowly. Because I was on camera, I was trying to get it done quickly and it just didn't pay off, did it? I've got to work out what we're going to do around the veg beds. Because I'm presuming once she's finished, she goes around the edge because I've got edge cut turned on. And so it goes around the edge and finishes. So I'm presuming it will go around the veg beds and tidy that up. Obviously, we'll still have strimming to do, but look at it. How cool is this? The wife is going to be over the moon that this lawn is just going to stay cut now. Because all of our lawn is normally, some of it's this tall, some of it's that tall, some of this tall, because I'm saving bits for certain videos here and want to cut that bit for another bit, and it just never looks the same, ever. So, well happy. This is going to, make my life easier for sure. So, there's LUBA. Would I sell one as a dealership? It'd be definitely worth considering. So this is Lowry, everybody, which is Husqvarna's four-wheel drive option that is on the market. And we are very, very familiar with these. We have installed several. And LUBA is obviously also four-wheel drive, so you can climb up banks and go around lots of awkward areas and a little bit more rough terrain. Obviously here is a nice flat garden, so she's done an absolutely incredible job. I haven't really got anywhere suitable to put her, which is safe and secure for her to go onto banks, because she has done a fantastic job. And giving that striped effect, which a lot of people like, is absolutely brilliant. So would I have Lucy or would I have Larry? Well, to be quite honest, they do two very different jobs and are both great machines. So to be fair, I can't decide which one I would choose. So pop it in the comments, which one would you choose? Would you have a Husqvarna Automower or would you have a Mammotion LUBA? Yes, Lucy or Larry, you decide. Mo, start. Bye Lucy. So now I haven't got to mow the lawn, I'm going to sit here and enjoy my gin and carrot and chew on an onion or whatever other people do with spare time on their hands. I have no idea. Anyway, we're Machinery Nation and we bring you videos every Tuesday and Friday all about tools and machinery. So please consider subscribing, hit the like button and ding the notification bell if you've enjoyed this video. We've also got a membership program that you can join where we will send you a membership t-shirt, invite you onto our lives once a month to help us decide what content we create and also have access to exclusive content and behind the scenes footage. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.